Welcome to the lecture 5 on electromagnetic field theory. The contents of the topic are introduction, plane wave in arbitrary direction, reflection and refraction at dielectric interface, total internal reflection, wave polarization at media interface, reflection from a conducting boundary. So first is introduction. Reflection involves a change in direction of waves when they bounce off a barrier. Refraction of waves involves a change in the direction of waves as they pass from one medium to another medium. So for example, taken incident light making angle theta to the normal and reflection of the light makes an angle of theta to the normal, and reflected or transmitted light makes an angle of theta or theta 2. So next is plane waves in arbitrary direction. So let the wave be moving in the direction making an angle theta x, theta y, theta z respectively with three axes x, y, z as shown in figure 1. The unit vector in the direction of wave propagation n bar is equal to cos phi x ax bar plus cos phi y ay bar plus cos phi z az bar. Equation number 1, where cos phi x, cos phi y, cos phi z are called the direction coefficients of the vector n bar. The equation of constant phase plane is given as n bar dot op bar is equal to n bar dot r bar is equal to constant. The phase of this constant phase plane is beta into magnitude of OA is equal to beta into n bar dot r bar is equation number 3. To find the electric and magnetic field moving in the n bar direction, the electric field of plane wave traveling in direction n bar can be written as E bar is equal to E naught e raised to minus j beta n bar dot r bar, equation number 1. Let us define the wave vector as k bar is equal to beta n bar is equal to kx ax bar plus ky ay bar plus kz az bar, equation number 2. Therefore, E bar is equal to E naught e raised to minus j beta n bar dot r bar is equal to E naught e raised to minus j k bar dot r bar is equal to E naught minus j inside the bracket kx x plus ky y plus kz z, where r bar is x ax bar plus y ay bar plus z az bar. From equation number 3, the partial derivative dou by dou x is equal to minus j kx, dou by dou y is equal to minus j ky, dou by dou z is equal to minus j kz, equation number 4. The magnetic field can be obtained as curl of E bar is equal to minus j omega mu h bar. Therefore, h bar is equal to minus 1 by j omega mu into del curl of E bar is equal to minus 1 by j omega mu. The matrix form it can be written as ax bar ay by az bar minus j kx minus j ky minus j kz ex ey z amplitudes. So this also can be written as h bar is equal to 1 by minus 1 by j omega mu into bracket minus j k bar curl of E bar. This is given by 1 by omega mu k bar curl of E bar. But k bar by omega mu is equal to beta n bar divided by omega mu. There is n bar into omega under root of mu epsilon divided by omega mu. Omega cancel out. Therefore, this is equal to n bar under root of E bar by mu. This is equal to n bar by eta. Therefore, S bar is equal to n bar by eta into E bar. Substitute E bar value, will get n bar divided by eta into E naught is a bracket e raised to minus j k bar dot r bar is equal to h naught e raised to minus j k bar dot r bar, equation number 6, where eta is equal to E naught by S naught is intrinsic impedance of the medium. Reflection and refraction at dielectric interface. Let us consider two dielectric media, DE1 and DE2. with intrinsic impedance eta 1, permittivity epsilon 1 and permeability mu 1 on one side, and the other dielectric 2 with eta 2 is intrinsic impedance, permittivity is epsilon 2 and permeability is mu 2. Let us consider the incident ray makes an angle of theta to the normal and it will get reflected, making an angle of theta r is equal to theta I, and it is refracted to the other medium, making angle of theta t with the normal. So let the boundary is along the x-axis. By law of reflection, angle of incidence is equal to angle of refraction, equation number 1. But by Snell's law, beta 1 sin theta I is equal to beta 2 sin theta t. So to derive total internal reflection, the wave gets reflected completely when the condition theta I is greater than equal to sin inverse of under root of epsilon 2 divided by epsilon 1. In case of total reflection, when the mediator 2 is conductor, there exists no reflected or transmitted wave. Therefore, theta t is equal to 90 degree if you take this equal to theta 2. Therefore, cos theta 2 can be written as under root of 1 minus sin square theta 2 which is equal to 0. But by Snell's law, sin theta I divided by sin theta t or sin theta 2 is equal to under root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1, equation number 3. Therefore, sin theta 2 is equal to sin theta 1 into under root of epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 by simplification. So substituting 4 in 2 will get under root of 1 minus sin square theta I under root of epsilon 1 divided by epsilon 2 whole square is equal to 0. Therefore, 1 minus sin square theta I into epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, sin square theta I is equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. Therefore, angle of incidence is equal to sin inverse of under root of epsilon 2 divided by epsilon 1. This is a condition for total internal reflection. Next, the wave polarization at median interface. There are two types of polarization. First one is perpendicular polarization. This occurs when magnetic field is parallel to the plane of the incidence or electric field is perpendicular to the plane of incidence. In parallel polarization, the electric field is parallel to the plane of incidence. So we can define the terms reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient. Reflection coefficient gamma, it is defined as the ratio of magnitude of reflected wave amplitude to the magnitude of the incident wave amplitude. So gamma is given by magnitude of reflected wave PR divided by magnitude of incident wave EI. Transmission coefficient tau can be defined as the ratio of magnitude of transmitted wave amplitude to incident wave amplitude. Therefore, tau is equal to ET by EI. So next, derivation of reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient or explanation of perpendicular polarization of wave and parallel polarization of wave. Then first we will study reflection with perpendicular polarization. In this, the electric field is perpendicular to the plane of incidence. Let us consider the electric field E is coming out of the paper. This dot indicates coming out of paper. So let EI is the incident wave making an angle of theta to the normal, and it is get reflected making an angle of theta r is equal to theta I, and it is transmitted to the other medium making angle of theta t to the normal of incidence. So here magnetic field is perpendicular to the electric field, therefore we will get HI perpendicular to EI, and here HT transmitted magnetic field given by HT perpendicular to ET, and reflected magnetic field is given by HR. So we will get components HR cos theta I, HR sin theta I. Here magnetic field components are HR sin theta I and HR cos theta I, and here magnetic field component of transmitted wave is given by HT sin cos theta t and ht sin theta t. Let us assume that EI is pointing out of the plane of the paper as shown in figure. As EI is tangential to the surface, the continuity of the tangential components of E field for reflected and transmitted waves are perpendicular to the plane of paper. Therefore, ER and ET are also oriented in y direction. Therefore, y is equal to 0. Therefore, incident wave EI bar is equal to EIO e raised to minus j beta 1 x sin theta I plus z cos theta I, and ER bar is equal to ERO e raised to minus j beta 1 cos x sin theta I minus z cos theta I, as the direction of reflected wave is opposite in the z direction, z plane, z axis. So transmitted wave ET bar is equal to ETO e raised to minus j beta 2 x sin theta t plus z sin, where beta 1 is equal to omega under root of mu 1 epsilon 1, beta 2 is omega under root of mu 2 epsilon 2. EIO, ERO and ETO are the vector amplitudes of the three waves. For all fields, a time variation of j omega t is implicitly assumed, and magnetic field as SI bar is equal to EI bar divided by eta 1, HR bar is equal to ER bar divided by eta 1, HT bar is equal to ET bar divided by eta 2, where eta 1 is equal to under root of mu 1 divided by epsilon 1 and eta 2 is equal to under root of mu 2 by epsilon 2 are the intrinsic impedance of the media 1 and media 2 respectively. Since there are no surface currents, applying continuity of the tangential component of the electric and magnetic fields at the interface z is equal to 0, we'll get EI bar plus ER bar is equal to ET bar, equation number 1, as sin theta I is equal to sin theta t from equation A. Similarly, for magnetic field, HI bar cos theta I minus HR bar cos theta I is equal to HD cos theta t, equation number 2. Therefore, substitute HI bar is equal to ER bar eta 1, HR bar is equal to ER bar by eta 1, and HT bar is equal to ET bar by eta 2. So we will get EI bar minus ER bar is equal to eta 1 by eta 2 cos theta t divided by cos theta into ET bar by simplification. Equation number 3. Add equation number 1 and 3, will get 2EI bar is equal to eta 1 by eta 2 cos theta t divided by cos theta I plus 1 into ET. Therefore, reflection coefficient is ET bar divided by EI bar is given by 2 eta 2 cos theta I whole divided by eta 2 cos theta 1 plus eta 1 cos theta t. So from 1 we can, if we divide EI throughout, we will get 1 plus ER bar divided by EI is equal to ET bar divided by EI bar is equal to 1 plus reflection coefficient is equal to transmission coefficient for the perpendicular polarization. Therefore, reflection coefficient is given by transmission coefficient minus 1. You can substitute the value of transmission coefficient and simplify, get reflection coefficient for perpendicular polarization is equal to eta 2 cos theta I minus eta 1 cos theta t whole divided by eta 2 cos theta I plus eta 1 cos theta t. So reflection and refraction with parallel polarization in the electric field is parallel to the plane of incidence. So here media 1, there are media 2. Again we are taking mu1 epsilon 1 are the permeability and permittivity, and eta 2 is the intrinsic impedance. Similarly, we are taking the permittivity epsilon 2 and permittivity mu 2, and here conductivity is 0. Therefore, and also we are taking eta 2 is equal to ET bar divided by HT bar. The magnetic field incident, reflected and transmitted waves are oriented along y direction. Therefore, y is equal to 0. Therefore, we will get sum of the incident wave, magnetic wave plus reflected magnetic wave is equal to transmitted magnetic wave. And for electric field, we'll get EI cos theta minus ER bar cos theta is equal to ET bar cos theta t. Therefore, from 1 by using the formula for relation between S and E, you will get EI bar divided by eta 1 plus ER bar divided by eta 2 is equal to ET bar divided by eta 2. Therefore, EI bar plus ER bar is equal to eta 1 divided by eta 2 into ET, which is number 3. From 2, we will get EI bar minus ER bar is equal to ET bar cos theta t divided by cos theta, equation number 4. Adding equation 3 and 4, we get 2 EI bar is equal to eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus cos theta t divided by cos theta I, the whole bracket ET bar. Therefore, transmission coefficient is equal to ET bar by EI bar divided by ET bar by EI bar, and simplify, we get 2 eta 2 cos theta I divided by eta 1 cos theta I plus eta 2 cos theta t. From 3, we will get 1 plus tau is equal to eta 1 by eta 2 into tau. Therefore, for parallel polarization, the reflection coefficient is given by eta 1 by eta 2 into bracket 2 eta 2 cos theta I, eta 1 cos theta I plus eta 2 cos theta. Close the bracket, minus 1. After simplification, we will get parallel polarization, that is gamma is equal to eta 1 cos theta I minus eta 2 cos theta t whole divided by eta 1 cos theta I plus eta 2 cos theta t. So reflection and refraction for normal incidence. Here the angle theta is equal to 0 and transmitted angle theta t is equal to 0 and reflected angle theta is equal to 0. Substitute theta I, theta t is equal to 0 in the expression of perpendicular polarization. Therefore, we will get the reflection coefficient is equal to eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1, equation number E, and the reflection coefficient is given by 2 eta 2 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1, equation number F. So this is the incident wave perpendicular to the interface, reflected wave also perpendicular to the interface, and transmitted wave is also perpendicular here. So this can be considered as a connection of cable 1 and cable 2 with intrinsic impedance eta 1 and eta 2. Therefore, the equivalent circuit will be input impedance eta 1 and terminated impedance is eta 2. So next, reflection from a conducting medium. Reflection by ideal conductor. As E bar and S bar cannot exist in a conductor, if the plane wave is incident normally on the surface of a perfect conductor, then this wave will be totally reflected. So consider the wave is traveling in x direction, then Et bar x is equal to Ei e raised to minus j beta x plus Er e raised to plus j beta x. This is reflected and this is incident wave. When the wave is incident on the perfect conductor, the total field strength Et is 0. Therefore, at x is equal to 0, we will get Er is equal to minus Ei, equation number 2. At any distance x from the plane, x is equal to 0, we get Et bar x is equal to Ei e raised to minus j beta x minus Ei e raised to minus plus j beta x by substituting 2 in 1. Therefore, Et bar is equal to minus 2 j bar Ei e j beta x minus e raised to minus j beta x divided by 2j is equal to minus 2j Ei sin beta x. Now for sinusoidal time variation, multiply equation 3 by e raised to j omega t and then take real part. Therefore, this becomes minus 2j Ei sin beta x e raised to minus j omega t. So, if substitute e raised to minus j omega t value and take the real part here, we will get Et bar x of x gamma t is equal to 2 Ei sin beta x sin omega t. So equation A indicates that the resultant wave is sum of incident and reflected wave. Incident and reflected wave combine to form a standing wave or stationary wave. The standing wave does not progress. There is a sinusoidal variation of Et bar x t with distance from the reflecting plane. Et bar xt is 0 at x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to n lambda by 2. At x is equal to n lambda by 4 for n is equal to r, et bar xt is equal to t 2 ei. Similarly, for s bar xt, you will get 2 hi cos beta x into cos omega t. Therefore, we can draw this waveform for the electric and magnetic field. Here et bar xt is equal to 2 ei sin beta x sin omega t. Let lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta. Therefore, beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda. And x for x equal to 0 or x equal to n lambda by 2. Beta x is given by n pi. Therefore, sin beta x is equal to 0. For n is equal to 1, 2, 3. Therefore, et bar is equal to 0. At n is equal to n lambda by 4. For n naught, beta x is equal to n pi by 2. Therefore, et xt is equal to 2 ei sin omega t. For n is equal to 135. Therefore, at omega t is equal to pi by 2. So, et x is equal to 2i. Similarly, we get HT as shown in figure. So, you will get here 0 at for electric field, 0 at lambda by 2 and lambda. And for magnetic wave, we will get 0 at lambda by 4, etc. The waveforms are shown in